We're live. As always. God fucking damn it. I'm waiting for Spider to get here. Maybe then I'll be a little less pissed. For the record, I know this was a YouTube... Yeah, you're dark, alright. For the record, I know this was a YouTube blunder and not a you blunder, but I'm still blaming you by association. Just by association. I'd say you're guilty by default. For the record, I'm sorry for yesterday. I accept your apology. Although, expect me to be a little fucking... Oh god, release. Okay, take back my apology. Nope, you don't need to take it back. It's just YouTube right now, how I had to start all over again. You don't need to take back your apology. Release all the sounds trapped in your mind. Welcome to Wonder After Dark. You're probably wondering right now why we are 6. Then why are you blaming me? Okay, Wolf. I take back what I said. Okay, anyway. This episode is already fucking dissolved, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get this over with as quick as possible before moving on to the next subject. Okay, so... You're probably wondering why we are 7 minutes late. Well, that's because my first attempt at this, YouTube decided to act like my Wi-Fi does not exist, even though it fucking does. I've come to make an announcement. What's the announcement? Not trying to sound sarcastic, I'm just curious before I start reading. Make your announcement, and then I will not be joining you when you cover the Thomas movie. Fair. In fact, you are more than welcome to join when we inevitably revisit All Engines Go, and this time actually review it, because the last time I covered All Engines Go wasn't really a review. I might not. Oh, so it looks like just a single-person show. That's unfortunate. Might have to throw that one in the dumpster. Anyway. I mean, to be fair, though, if neither of you are interested, I'm fine with it. Yep, looks like I'll be alone. For the record, I respect your disinterest in certain topic, foreveralone.gif. Shut the fuck up, anyway. Okay, before I actually blow a gasket, what I was trying to say, why we're so late is because my first attempt to stream this, YouTube decided to butt-fuck it, so I had to start all damn over again. I might not, as always. Looks like Jesse will be alone, as always. Anyway. Okay, but... You are really gonna fucking enjoy October... Yeah, you're gonna fucking enjoy October 9th, then. Although you will enjoy October 10th, and you will. Anyway. But... I'm so ronery, and Sadria roan. I can tell this is going to be one of those. But yeah, YouTube decided to butt-fuck my first attempt at streaming this, so I had to start all over again. Hence why I'm a little salty right now. Number 2, in a rare, I would say Wonder After Dark first, but in a rare me first, I finally decided to watch a movie that I've been... North Korea is misunderstood. Sure, let's go with that. Anyway, normally I would say in a rare Wonder After Dark first, but in this case it's a rare me first. In a rare me first, I finally decided to watch a movie that I was pestered to watch for several weeks. I think you already know where this is going, and the title of this episode is already obvious, so let's just skip straight to it. Return to Oz is a 1985 dark fantasy film. Saudi Arabia's laws are misunderstood. I can already tell you're not listening, but anyway. Return to Oz is a 19... Pestered for several months, you mean. That too. Anyway. Return to Oz is a 1985 dark fantasy film released by Walt Disney Pictures and co-written and directed by Walter Murch. Go me, yep, go you. Saudi Arabia has restrictions on women voting. There's the voice of reason. Dancing SpongeBob.gif based. Oh my god. Anyway. The film stars Nicole Williamson, Jean Marsh, Piper Laurie, Fairuza Balk as Dorothy Gale in her first screen role. Okay, no, thank you for clarifying. For that name, I'm trolling. I know you are. Anyway, as Dorothy Gale in her first screen role. The film is an unofficial sequel to the 1939 MGM film The Wizard of Oz. Saudi Arabia is only good if you're a guy, and even that's a stretch. You're not wrong. The voice of reason, if the voice of reason was played by an amateur comedian, well, compared to the other two, me, who can be the voice of reason, but is mostly a complete fucking psychopath and will blow up at a moment's notice, and the other, who's just a ticking time bomb of trolling and ADHD, yeah, by comparison, you are the voice of reason. Just by comparison. If you're gay and Arabian, we'll see the deleted verse. Anyway. The film is the perverted voice. Yep, the perverted voice. The perverted voice. They'll chop your head off if they don't like your face. They sure will. Speaking of chopping off, Speaking of chopping off ears, was it ear or head? I don't know. I don't know anything about Saudi Arabia. Anyway, the film is an unofficial sequel to the 1939 MGM film, The Wizard of Oz, and it is based on Frank Baum's early 20th century Oz novels, mainly Ozma of Oz, which that doesn't even sound like a real title, even though I know for a fact it is. But it does not sound real. Anyway, Return to Oz is an underrated film. I don't know if they do decaps, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Same. Now regarding you, Sylv, you'll find out my opinion. They do Yeah, we should probably stop talking about executing the gays before YouTube bans all of us, all three of us at the same time. Anyway, in the plot, an insomniac Dorothy, that's what they call me back anyway. In the plot, an insomniac Dory returns to the land of Oz, only to find that it has been conquered. They demonetized them permanently, yep. In the plot, an insomniac Dorothy returns to the land of Oz to find that it has been conquered by the wicked Gnome King and his accomplice, Princess Mombi. I caught myself before I mispronounced it. Princess Mombi. Dorothy must restore Oz with her new friends Billina, Tick-Tock, Jack Pumpkinhead, and the Gump. And oh my god, TikTok is spelled like the app. Even better. Even better. Let's see if... Wait. I'm going to click on... Because you can actually click on it. I'm going to click on that and see if it takes me to the Wikipedia page for the app. Sadly, no, it doesn't. YouTube didn't like what I said. Good. Anyway. Just like the original Wizard of Oz, everyone in Oz is represented by someone who she knows in the real world. Yep, I picked up on that. Anyway. Discord, okay. I'm not reading that on camera because I seriously don't want to get banned from YouTube. Again, I'm not reading that. I don't want to get banned from YouTube. That's a theme in the entire series, though. It's really neat. I agree. But then again, I wouldn't know it's a running theme, really, because this is the first Oz story I've seen that isn't just the whole Dorothy, you gotta go to the Yellow Brick Road or something. Someone needs to make an Oz cinematic universe and adapt all the books. If only. Yep, if only. But too bad we're making fucking generic slasher horror films out of kids' content. Cunt. We're all cunts at the end of the day. There's so many books. Yes, there are. Anyway. The film was produced by Walt Disney Pictures and Silver Screen Partners. Legit, yep. And distributed by Buena Vista Distribution. Or, as they would later become to known, more content than the MCU at the moment. Then there's Wicked, which presents... Wicked, which presents the Witch of the West as misunderstood. Classic misunderstanding of a classic story. Anyway. I think I'm going mental. Anyway. The film was released in the U.S. on June 21st, 1985. It had a budget of $28 million and made just $11.1 million. Oopsie. Oopsie poopsie. Fun fact, The Wicked Witch of the West was only in one chapter of the first book, yet is all too present in the 1939 film and has become one of the most iconic movie villains of all time. I don't have anything I don't have anything to comment on that. Oopsie poop. Yep. It feels like I've made an oopsie poopsie and I haven't even yet. Poopsie means vagina. I did not know that. So basically I just said, oopsie, I had an orgasm. Except, God, I wish I was having an orgasm right now. Yes, I did just say that on camera. Try and stop me. You fucking can't. Anyway. No, it's a quote. Ah. Well, never mind, I'm stupid. Oh, wait, I've always been stupid. Never mind. Anyway. In 1954, Walt Disney Productions bought the film rights to Baum's remaining Oz books. Open your gaming juice, and take a swig. Yep. Anyway, in 1954, Walt Disney Productions bought the film rights to Baum's remaining Oz books to use in the television series Disneyland. This led to the proposed live-action film The Rainbow Road to Oz, which was never completed. Murch then suggested making another Oz film in 1980. Disney approved the project as they were soon due. Now, fun fact, Disney had to pay MGM to use the ruby slippers. I actually do recall that being mentioned before. Hence why I have virtually zero comments. Though you know what I will comment on? Guns. Yeah, that's right, we'll be commenting on guns. That, and I just forgot to put these two in their usual positions, so sorry about that. But at least I remembered to put 41-year-old virgin in its rightful spot. Talk about the effects and the sets. Please slow down. I don't think as fast as you. I don't think as fast as you do. I will get to that. Please be patient. Anyway, Disney approved the project as they were soon due to lose the film rights to the series. Gotta capitalize while the dick is still warm. Although MGM was not involved in the production, Disney had to pay a large fee to use the ruby slippers created for the 1939 film. Return to Oz fell behind schedule during production, and following a change of Disney management, Murch was briefly fired before being brought back. Anyway, the film released in theaters on June 21st, 1985. It performed poorly at the box office, grossing just $11 million. Yep, it bombed, but has gained a cult following. Took the words right out my mouth and out the page's words. But anyway, it performed poorly at the box office, grossing $11 million on a $28 million budget. And it received mixed reviews, with critics, hey look, you wanted me to talk about it, with critics praising the effects and performances, but criticizing the dark content and twisted visuals. However, and I think this is where its long-term success came from, it performed well in countries outside the US, and it has since acquired a cult following. Now I want you to talk about your personal feelings, okay? But I'll get to that. Give me time. Anyway, it performed well in countries outside the US, and has since acquired a cult following from fans of the Oz books, who regard it as a more faithful adaptation to L. Frank Baum's works. It received an Oscar nomination for Best Visual Effects. And of course, I have to read about reception and release. Receiving mixed reviews, Rotten Tomatoes records 58% positive based on 38 reviews. Their consensus reads, Return to Oz taps into the darker side of Frank Baum's book series with an intermittently dazzling adventure that never quite recaptures the magic of its classic predecessor. Those who are familiar with the books praised its faithfulness to the source material, such as of Frank Baum, such as author and critic Harlan Ellison, who said, "It ain't Judy Garland, it ain't hip-hop, but it's in the tradition of the original books." Alright, what does this say? 58% is a bit iffy, but it doesn't get me mad. Good. Anyway. Many critics described the tone and overall content as too intense for young children and too dark. Children are sure to be startled by its bleakness, said the New York Times. No, really? Anyway. The film was released on VHS... Oh, Jesus Christ. They complain too much about the tone. Wah. At least it's not 30, like a certain other movie based on an existing property. Yep. Anyway. The film was first released on VHS, Laserdisc, and Betamax in December of 1985, shortly after the theater release. The VHS was initially priced at $79.95. And before you say, that sounds fucking absurd, you have to remember this was when home video was still relatively new. Moving on. Disney later reissued it in 1992 with alternate cover art. And then in 1999, $79.95. Yep. Again, that's how much video releases were back then, when the video was new. There's a great video about the history of... Even when home video was new, VHS costed $20. You are sadly mistaken. You are sadly fucking mistaken. I would hate to sound like $80, yeah. I would hate to sound like I'm right, you're wrong, but you very much are mistaken. Shift key broken. Oopsie. Anyway, in 1999, Anchor Bay Entertainment, who had obtained the home video rights to several titles from Disney's live-action catalog, reissued the film on VHS and released it for the first time on DVD. Anyway, then in 2004, AnakinIncorrect.gif. I love how you paint me like an asshole. Smile for the camera, bitch. Anyway, in 2004, Disney released their own DVD because the rights had since reverted back to Disney from Anchor Bay. Anyway, although it did retain the extras from the Anchor Bay DVD. And then finally, in 2015, Disney released a 30th anniversary edition of the film on Blu-ray exclusively through the Disney Movie Club. It featured newly remastered and cleaned up transfer with DTS Master Audio 5.1 surround sound. However, it did not contain any of the bonus features from the 2004 DVD or the 1999 DVD. And that was the last release. That was pretty much it. And of course, since Disney Movie Club has since shut down, that Blu-ray is no longer available, brand new at least, and has become quite desirable. I loved the Gnome King being very subtle and trying to get Dorothy to trust him. He makes himself look more human to give Dorothy a false sense of security. That is very true. Although it's kind of funny considering that Oz has, like, no real there are human-ish characters in Oz, but I think even the quote-unquote humans have something odd about them. I don't fucking know. Anyway. Munchkins. Yeah. Midgets. Anyway. So being a midget is odd. Well, that's not what I was intentionally insinuating. Keyword there, intentionally. But since I accidentally insinuated it, it further cements the fact that I'm kind of a fucking moron. Apparently they ran out of the budget for the Scarecrow. Yeah, I could tell. I could tell. Anyway. No, I'm not possessed. I'm just me. So if you see what just happened and are thinking to yourself right now, oh God, we have demonic possession in our midst. Nope, I'm just myself. Talk about how cool Mombi looked. She looked cool, honestly. I can't really put her design into words because she was played by 3 actresses. Yep. I can't really put like my exact thoughts into words because I'm tired. I woke up at 8 a.m. But I'm, you know, she was pretty cool. She was a cool. Tell us what she does. Other than basically fuck up everything. Like literally, that's kind of what she does. She fucked up everything. She also, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm tired, but she like turned everyone to stone or something. I'm pretty sure I literally watched the movie earlier today. The only reason I sound clueless is because I'm so tired. But yeah, she was a cool character. The set designers went wild with her palace. Yeah, so it's beautiful. Yeah, they went so wild that I was honestly expecting David Bowie to walk out at any moment. Yes, I know that's a dumb joke even for me, but seriously, I was getting Labyrinth vibes looking at the set, and I mean that in the best of ways. She keeps multiple heads in her chain. Yeah, can we just... This was Disney at peak fucked, if you couldn't tell. And for the record, I love fucked up Disney over squeaky clean Disney. Why can't we get more movies like this? Oh yeah, corporate. But yeah. But yeah, a great character. Yeah. Okay. God, my head is just on go mode right now, while also on go to bed mode. But anyway. Okay, I'm trying to think of what else. She can freely take off her head and replace it with another. Yep. Yep, it is. Okay, something did catch my attention, but I'll save it till I'm done. Which is why she's played by 3 different people. Yep. Okay, something did catch my attention, but I'll save it till I'm done. I'll save it till I'm done talking about the movie. You'll find out what was so funny in a minute. But anyway. Would smash gum. What wouldn't I smash? I swear to God, I just think about dick and I just think about sticking it in. That's enough. Anyway. I have issues. Okay, but Return to Oz. I guess if you want my full background on the movie, I watched it earlier today after she has skill issue. Yep. Anyway, I watched it earlier today after being absolutely pestered for months to watch this movie. Mind you, the last time let's talk about the scene with electroshock therapy. I was reviewing the movie. Can you please slow down? I'm not saying you have to be boring, but I'm just trying to give my thoughts, and you're telling me to give thoughts, but then in the middle of a thought, you just interrupt the thought. I know you can't help it. I'm okay with that, but understand I don't think at that pace. But anyway. Okay. my brain is just fried. But basically, I watched it earlier after how many months of being pestered? Oh yeah, I've been pestered to watch this movie for months at this point, literally months. I'm pretty sure even before I started doing this whole show, I've been pestered to watch it. But anyway, today I finally decided to watch it. Granted, it took me a bit to get through. Not as long as The Chaperone did, but I need your thoughts on my 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 shut the fuck up. Anyway. But I finally decided to watch it earlier. I have thoughts. Okay, so going back to the Wikipedia page, specifically back to the top. Yeah. It says here, the film is an unofficial sequel to the 1939 film, The Wizard of Oz. Sequel, yes. It is a sequel. Chicken, no. All our food keeps blowing up. Anyway. The film is a sequel, yes, to Wizard of Oz. But I don't know if I would call it a sequel to the 1939 film. For a lot of reasons. Mainly because it's so not the 1939 film. I mean, I get it was produced by a different studio and with a different cast and everything, but it's not in line with the 1939 film. Mind you, it's more of an adaptation of the books while having the ruby slippers from the 1939 film. So I guess it's not technically wrong to call it a sequel, but I don't know. That was something that did kind of bug me, honestly. Like, it felt like it wanted to be a sequel to the previous movie, but it also wanted to be just its own adaptation. Like, kind of a soft reboot. In fact, a soft reboot plus the Wicked Witch of the East is mentioned when she barely was even in the original besides her legs. Yep. Haven't seen the movie, but haven't seen the original 1939, but yep. In fact, soft reboot semi-sequel that has next to nothing to do with the original movie, that's a future movie we're going to review. Stay tuned. But that's true to the book, honestly. Yep. But yeah, there's another soft reboot semi-sequel that I do want to talk about someday as a part of a larger franchise. Stay tuned. I won't give any hints. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned. Assuming I ever cover it. Anyway, back on topic. But I don't know. It just feels confused whether or not it wants to be a sequel or its own thing. And my thing is, like, even if it is supposed to be a sequel to the 1939, there's so much shit wrong with it. The Wicked Witch of the East was best known for dying so Dorothy could get the silver shoes or ruby slippers. I did not know that. Anyway, but where I was going. But God, I am so fucking sleepy, but I don't want to finish this yet. But basically, another thing that kind of bothered me, even if talk about the characters, I was getting there. Another thing that kind of bothers me is, even if this is meant to be a sequel to the 1939 film, there's so much inconsistent shit in it. I mean, I get they were gonna recast everyone by default, Dorothy was not a kid anymore by 9. I thought one of these fuckheads made a noise. Judy Garland was dead by this point. Funny you say that when it sounds like someone's whispering and I can't tell where it's coming from. I think I actually am going a little mental. Hell, I don't think any of the main cast besides some Munchkins were around by 85. Yeah, anyway, point is, I get they had to recast everyone, but if it's meant to be a sequel, why did Dorothy lose like 10 years of her life? Because I swear she went from like grown but young to just young. And also, why does this movie seemingly take place like another one? I mean, yeah, unofficial sequel, but there's still so many inconsistencies that again, like, I know what the word, plus she's much younger in the book. True, but I wouldn't know. I've never read the books. What is it that I said about wrestling? You're asking me questions I don't know the answers to. I don't say that to be rude. I just say it to be honest. It's its own universe. I know. But this is Wonder After Dark, where I have to make myself look like a motherfucking moron for your amusement. I hope I crack my forehead open one of these days doing that. Moving on before I actually... Now let's talk about the characters. Okay, I'm strictly gonna... Don't crack it open. Okay. Well, I won't crack it open on purpose, obviously. Unless I'm just that angry. Anyway, I'm strictly gonna focus on the new characters. Jack Pumpkinhead. May I call you Mom? I really want to walk up to a random person on the side of the street and just say that. Gump is just happy to be there. Yes, he is. I wish I could be as Gump is just happy to be alive. Yep. I wish I could be as unbothered as Gump, but unfortunately that's not the way life works. Jack Pumpkinhead looks like Gump was so positive. Yep. Again, I wish I could be as unbothered as Gump. Hell, I wish I could be Gump, but unfortunately, that's not the way my life works out. Jack Pumpkinhead looks like something out of a Tim Burton movie, and I can't tell if that's a good or a bad thing. TikTok had me... Oh, yeah, TikTok was badass even though he was limited in mobility. Personally... The first several minutes he was on screen, I was fucking dying of laughter just because of his stupid name. You know, TikTok, haha, funny, brain rot, haha, funny, name sound alikes, red circle, red arrow, I'm funny, haha. And then once that wore off, I was like, oh wait, he actually is pretty badass. Yeah, and then Billina, the chicken. Jack Pumpkinhead was the inspiration for Jack Skellington. I did not know that, but that explains a lot. Also, I would really hate to sound like the, well, actually type, but I do need to correct you on something. It's Jack Skellington. That's Jack Skellington, not skeleton. Sorry for going there, but it had to be done. Anyway, and then Billina, the chicken. I don't think she has been in any other Wizard of Oz adaptation that I've seen. Okay, fair enough, yep. But I think she was honestly my least favorite character. Like, a lot. I didn't find Billina... Yeah, Billina was a book character. Obviously, I knew that only after I looked it up. But, yeah, Belina, I didn't hate her at all. I didn't hate this character, but I feel like you could cut her out of the movie specifically, and it probably wouldn't make... I was sad Toto didn't come along. As somebody who's not like a huge Wizard of Oz person, even I would have preferred Toto over Belina a lot. Even though Belina talks and Toto doesn't, but still, I would have preferred the cute dog over just the chicken. Belina is important in the climax. I know, but still, I was like... I mean, other than the climax, though, like, for every scene up until then, she just is kind of there. Again, you can disagree with me about that, but I don't know. Obviously, she has to be in the climax, but for most of the movie, she just kind of exists for some reason. I don't know. Talk about the lunch pail trees. I mean, that's the only thing related to lunch I would like to talk about. I would talk about Lunchly, but then that would mean that I sold my soul to Satan. Okay, so they also introduced the lunch pail trees, which look like this that I'm looking at right now. Such weird-ass Dr. Seuss-ass trees. What does it say? Also, the ending where it answers the implied question about Oz being real from the 1939 film. Yeah, can I just say, as somebody who, because the original film was like, is it a dream or not? Yeah, and then this one makes it a little bit more clear what the case is or was. I'm tired right now. Yeah. Makes it a bit more clear. But yeah, can I just say before I continue? Before I continue, talk about the Gnome King. Can you please slow down? Before I continue, something that gets me about this one as well is it almost feels like a reboot at the same time. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Okay, but talk about the Gnome King. Okay. It feels like a reboot. I mean, yeah, it honestly does feel like a reboot. So you can't even argue. Like, it is a sequel in some way, shape, or form, but yeah, this terrifying abomination. Cool, but terrifying. Like, on the one hand, the Gnome King was a great villain. Oh, I do agree, even if it looks like he wants to eat my bone marrow. I love practical effects, but also get cunning, manipulative, yet charming. Yeah. I love practical effects, and he is cunning, manipulative, yet a charming, but also, please get out of my face, you sleep paralysis demon. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. This whole movie felt like a sleep paralysis demon. Granted, I thought the darker tone was much more interesting. In fact, I thought it was very interesting. Because the Wizard of Oz... Because the Wizard of Oz has always been depicted as a more happy... I laughed when he said, "You mean my ruby slippers?" Yeah. But Jesus Christ, my head. Okay, but... Jesus. What does it say? Incorrect. The original books got quite dark to it. But I wouldn't know. I've never read the books. I would never know. But I did like the darker tone of this one. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Did we need, like, post-apocalyptic Oz? Even if it does get, you know, fixed and reverted at the end. Still, though. But it was still really good. Yes, we did. I mean, you're right. We did, honestly. The ending feels so happy. Yes, it does. Yeah, I guess the ending, you know, spoiler alert for the almost, especially after all the shit showed before. Yep. Oh yeah, spoiler alert for the almost 40-year-old movie. But they actually did. But yeah, they end and Oz is saved and Oz is restored. Normally, I would find that much whiplash kind of annoying, but it makes sense in context of the plot. Oh my god, my vision is fading. But yeah, Return to Oz. I thought the ending was really good. Yeah. I apologize if I seem kind of out of it. I'm just tired, but I still want to... I rate it a 9, honestly. Okay, I guess we're skipping right to the rating, but while I'm not... So I guess I'll wrap up my review and then, you know, rate it, and then I guess we're done with the movie for now. But yeah, while I'm not like a Wizard of Oz super fan by any means, I do think it is a great movie. Underrated movie, Star Wars. Anyway, while I do think, you know, it is a great movie, very underrated movie even. Yeah. I recommend it, though. I'm going to start that all over again, because that came out just all kinds of lopsided and backwards and suck-a-doodle. Anyway, while I'm not like a Wizard of Oz super fan, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I thought it was a very interesting take on the Oz mythos and the Oz story. Yeah. Honestly, I think I'm with you, Sylv. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I rate it, I'm going to give it like a 9 out of 10. Maybe an 8, mostly a 9. Okay, now I gotta go down on the floor for a minute because, oh my god. So now it's time for a patented Wonder After Dark intermission. We'll be right back after this brief commercial break. I'm gonna get back up now. Thing is, as good as it is, it's not as special as the original. Well, I think that can apply to really a lot of movies, a lot of sequels, remakes, etc. Yeah. But yeah, there, talk about poo. You really want me to go there? Unironically? You really want me to go? Now I got a skibbity. You got a skibbity, alright, but depends. Do you want unironic poop talk? Because if you want, I will. Skibbity bop bop, yep. Hey, Spider, are you still watching? I doubt you are, but Spider, if you're there, say something. Talk about unironic poo. Okay, if you insist. Content disclaimer, gross. You ever just fucking shit yourself? Oh no, I'm not asking that as a joke. I'm being dead ass. You ever just damn shit yourself? I want pure and honest answers to that question. Have you ever farted a little too hard? Yes, I have, but I did ask for an honest answer to that question. And poo-poo comes out your booty. Yep, story of my life. But yeah, you ever just damn shit yourself? Yeah, I told my story in The Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I do remember that. In my case, I want you to guess the record number of times I have shat myself. Just in general. I had bad shits from Little Caesars. Love that Little from Caesars. Anyway. I want you to guess the record number of times that's happened to me. Not the shits from Little Caesars, just shits in general. Although I can tell you an even worse story. Oh God Almighty. Can't wait to hear the story, but that's still a certified oh God moment. So I was in like grade 7. I was so sick I shat all my underwear. And that's when the afternoon went from mildly okay to oh no. But good lord, that's oh no. Anyway, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, so you've probably ended up having a few accidents. Bitch, I have accidents. Oh. When I finally went back to school, I had to wear a diaper because there was no underwear left. Yeah, I can see why. I can see why, because, Lord, that, thankfully I didn't shit in the diaper. By some fucking miracle. Anyway. And no, I don't mean miracle because you didn't shit in it. No, I mean miracle in that you wouldn't hear the end of it from anybody in the school. Anyway, you're probably wondering how many times on the record that I've ended up shitting myself. Every day, thank you for asking. Every day. Not once a month, not once a week, not twice a month, not twice a week. Every day. Believe me. I mean, yeah, I believe you. Okay, I believe you. Oh, time for the funny image. The diaper felt so uncomfortable, but thankfully no one noticed I was in one. Good, at least. Not good as in good that it was uncomfortable, good that no one noticed. Anyway, here's... Almost forgot. I was going to show a different image, but then I remembered, oh yeah, this one from earlier. Anyway, tonight's funny image, best I can do, is Father Keeves. Father Keeves. Show both. Okay, first, Father Keeves. Next up, just going skella hunting. Skella hunting. Skunting, if you will. But anyway, if you're wondering how often it's happened to me, every fucking day, thank you for asking. Every fucking day. Father Keeves going skella hunting. That skibbity rizgat, ain't that so Sigma? Yep, pretty much. But yeah, every day, thank you for asking. Just shit, every fucking day. That's how often it happens to me. Every day. Sorry for the lost brain cells. It will happen again. Yeah. But now you know that I am both literally... Let me rephrase that. Now you know that I am literally, mentally, figuratively, and physically the least clean person ever. Show your Eevee. Okay. But here's the Eevee. I'm so tired right now. I have a few Eevees. Hug him. Okay. But here's the Eevest. Shit. Bitch. I hug the Eevest. The Eevest in my arms. Good night, Eevest. Anyway. I think I will need to cut this episode off prematurely because my Wi-Fi is acting fucky. So I'm going to need to speed this up. Read again, went offline. Yeah, I just brought that up. We interrupt the Return to Oz review to bring you the From Dusk Till Dawn review. Although I don't think we'll do that interruption because I keep going offline for some reason, so we might need to speed this episode up. We're already a few minutes late due to technical Discord. Okay. Oh, hey, Silk. Get it because you knocked stuff over? Yep, I remember. Okay, I remember. High Republic Star Wars whiteboard. That's nice. I'm not sure what the significance of this whiteboard is, but okay. Cool whiteboard, though. No, actually read it. Do you remember the 21st night of September? Okay. It's going to be a little hard for me to read because it's kind of at an angle, but... Fiction. Authentically lived in. Surprise. Diversity. Actual ending. Feelings. Relatable characters. Sweeping logic. Humor. Come back on the 11th when we try to look from... What does it say? Come back on the 11th when we try to look for my lost card. Dude, have you seen... Oh, Now that's going to be a good one to review. Finally, a Wonder After Dark topic that all 3 participants will be interested in. Finally. Zoltan, yeah. Fucking finally, anyway. Not pro-war. Tirades, I think that's what that says. Scope, mythic. Space and lightsaber battles. No single main character. The Force, I think that says complicated monsters. High Republic. Relic Hunters. University. That looks like it says dinosaur. It's at an angle, so I'm struggling to read it. Representation and diversity. I can't read that part. River House. Sith Empire. Chaos Spirits. Splinter Group. Okay, sorry if there's no single main character. Sorry if it... Actual ending. Yeah, sorry if it seems like I'm struggling with this. It's both low quality and at an angle. So I'm like blowing a brain cell trying... What are these? The Disney Star Wars movies, I assume? Read me. Oh god. I was already reading something. Do the Zoltan hand. I've seen the movie, but I still need to look up the hand because my brain is on autopilot right now. Zoltan. Anyway. Okay. I'm so fucking tired. Good movie. Yes, it is. Even if we don't cover it on the 11th as intended, we will cover that movie at some point. At some point. Even if it's not on the 11th. Okay. And then... But yeah, sorry if the whiteboard was just kind of lost on me. Just the image, the way it was and then... Oh my god, I can barely get a word in. Wonder After Dark, the only show where neurodivergency reigns supreme in both the best and worst ways. And then... Oh my god. It feels like I'm having a stroke. Well, anyway, on an unrelated note, we are almost... Oh. Holy cannoli, kids, I'm Mario. And I'm telling you... If you're not watching the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, you go to hell before you die. Okay, on an... Yep, you're gonna turn into a Goomba. Close enough. Anyway. Okay. On an unrelated note, we're pretty close to a Wonder After Dark milestone. In fact, we're really close to a Wonder After Dark milestone. What do I mean by that? Well, I was looking at the playlist earlier. Yeah. Wonder After Dark Season 1 playlist. We are 97 episodes in. We are almost at episode 100. We're almost to the 100th. Oh, and if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Anyway, I was looking at the playlist earlier, the Season 1 playlist. The 100th episode needs to be Wish. Perfect, because that was Disney's 100th anniversary movie. Although I think to drown out the pain of Wish, we will also need some ponies. But, yeah, I guess we're doing Wish for episode 100. Appropriate. Even if that movie's kind of poopy. Or is it poopy? Well, I think you already know the... We will need to find my car, dude. Yep. Okay, so... Yeah. But yeah, I guess now we know what Wonder After Dark 100 will be. Wish. That's going to be a fun one. You will both be interested. You have no choice. You have no choice. You can't back out now. I know nothing about Wish. Okay, I don't know why my Wi-Fi specifically on the iPad is going nuts on me right now. But I think I might need to cut this off prematurely. So give me a couple more minutes. And I should be done. Read again, I missed that. I know nothing about Wish, so I'll pass. We will need to find my car, dude. Yeah. Okay, because my connection on my iPad is being a little spotty, I don't know why it is, but it is. Everything else is working just fine. My phone, the TV, everything's fine right now. It's just the iPad that's fucking up on me. So I think the next couple minutes I will wrap this up. If you don't mind, will you elaborate further? No. I would say because I've said enough, but we're not quite finished yet. We're not quite finished. We're not quite finished. Almost, but not quite. Plus, I mean, I really didn't have anything else lined up except for Return to Oz, so... yeah. Okay, but... well, I guess since we now know what the 100th episode will be, I guess I'll also just describe the next couple shows. Oh. Dude, tonight's episode is brought to you by my poo on the floor. We need a throwback. Okay, but if my connection cuts off, I'm not repeating myself. Again, if my connection cuts off when I do this, I'm not repeating myself. I've already had to repeat myself enough, I'm not doing it again. And I'm too lazy to set these up in the background accordingly, so you'll have to make do with our present day attire. Tonight's episode is brought to you by my poo. There we go. Did it always hurt when you get up, by the way? Not always. Now, sorry if I sound like a broken record, but I think I do need to finish this in a minute because the connection issues are getting really, really bad. I think you can tell the connection issues are getting really, really bad. I hope you don't mind a premature ending. We're already a few minutes late anyway. Hopefully, I don't have any That would hurt me because I have constantly sore skin. Or got a constantly sore shin. I cannot read to save my life. But anyway, hope you don't mind kind of a premature ending because the connection issues. Injury from falling out of a tree in 2015. That's unfortunate. Now, I hope you heard me because I don't want to repeat myself again. Again, hope you heard me because I don't want to repeat. I can still walk fine, but I still can't kneel for that long. Damn. I heard you. Okay, good. Just making sure. No, I was not using that as an excuse to make fun of your hearing. I was just making sure. I do have to clarify that. Okay, but will you elaborate further? In a minute, I will. Okay, but I think the next couple... Let's just go to the schedule. Okay, so far... No, because you said enough. Almost. Okay, so we covered The Chaperone, plus My Little Pony, the movie. Happy 39th anniversary to Return of Oz. Ooh, you're a couple months too late for that. That would be June. I said that, didn't I? June 21st? Granted, it's been whatever. I mean, yeah, whatever. Anyway. But so far this week, we've covered The Chaperone. We covered Return to Oz. Now, I actually was not sure what tomorrow was going to be, October the 8th. I was thinking about not doing it. Oh, like whatever. I'm like, so going to the mall or something. Yep. I was actually thinking for October 8th that I was going to not do a movie review, but instead cover nostalgic Halloween stuff, because despite my intentions, we actually haven't covered a lot of Halloween content this month. You know, October. Yeah, we haven't. So, I was thinking originally we would just do like a different episode where we discuss just nostalgia, like maybe we need to talk about Count Chocula. Well, you can. I can't. I've never eaten it. Never had Count Chocula a day in my life. So I can't say anything about it. But yeah, that's what I was originally thinking I was going to do. You can get it now. I know, but anyway. But that's what I know. It's October, but anyway. I was originally thinking about doing specifically nostalgic Halloween commercials. I would just watch a collection of them, but when I was younger, you could get it all the time. Simple days those were back then. Simple days. Anyway. Simpler times. Anyway. But I was originally thinking of doing nostalgic Halloween commercials tomorrow. Now only in October yet. But I'm going to be going out tomorrow, going to the movies to see a, well, not new release at this point, but recent release. So expect tomorrow night to be a review of a newly released theatrical film. I'm going to be real, it works better in October. It does, but anyway. So yeah, expect tomorrow night's stream to be a review. It suffered from low sales, to be honest. Yeah. Anyway, so expect tomorrow night's Wonder After Dark to be a review of a recently released theatrical film. What is that film? Stay tuned. Just stay tuned. Then on Wednesday, October 9th, is the 40th anniversary of a blue little fucker, and I don't mean this blue little fucker, I mean the one on rails. We're going to be talking Thomas and Gordon, the very first episode, and to an extent the model era. So yeah. And then we're covering something pretty cool on October 10th. Stay tuned. And then If You Behave, we'll do Dude, Where's My Tom Ass? Yep. And then If You Behave during all of those, we'll do Dude, Where's My Car? Granted, I'll probably still do Dude, Where's My Car anyway, just because it's If You Behave. Nah, man. You do know when I say that it's a joke, right? I'm not that damn retarded. I won't be here for Tom. Fair. Even though you were here for All Engines Go, I might pop in, fair. But even though you were here for All Engines Go, not forcing you when I say that, I'm just saying that's kind of double standards there. But again, completely fair, it's your call. It's my show, but it's your call. I would hate to sound like a school teacher. Instead, I just want to sound like Hannibal Lecter. Not really double standards, because kid me would have preferred... Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Also, kind of on a random note, but something... Totally random note, but because I'm kind of winding down, and I'm already almost out of thoughts for this episode. Something I would love in the future, maybe not regularly, but something I would love in the future is to have more audience members for this show. I don't mean like 10 people, God no, but just more than just you and Spider. As much as I love the kind of the intimate, small group vibe, it would just be nice to have more of an audience. Not 2 or 3 is enough. Well, that's what I'm getting at. Like, at most, I would love for it to be me, you, him, maybe one other. At most, I would want, like, the occasional newcomer who stops by, like, once and never again. At most. Red is asleep, unfortunately. Yeah. Although I will say, I would love if he were to stop by again sometime. He was pretty fun. In fact, shit, I think it'd be fun to have him on, maybe not regularly, like every single episode, but as regularly as possible. The Gordon Freeman EP. Yep. The Gordon Freeman is EP. Gordon Freepy, yeah. Who knows? Maybe if he's awake next time, he can stop by. I don't know. I don't know. Hunt down the Freeman. Yep. Alright. Why is man? Is he stupid? Yes. Alright, I think we're about done for this episode because, you know, it's already a few minutes later than it would usually be. It's already a few minutes late than it would usually start. I had quite a few... Oh, why is Wonder After Dark? Is they horny for Shrek? Is they horny for Shrek? Yep, that's a collection of words. That is just a collection of words. Anyway, but to answer the question, yes, they is horny for Shrek. Okay. To conclude, though. To conclude. Okay. Why is Flutter Guy is he, is she, I'm not reading that last word. I don't want YouTube to snipe me. Sushi slide, though, it rhymes with that. Although I question how YouTube just let you say it. Anyway, though, but I'm about out of thoughts for this episode. I think we're about done here. Mainly because, well, one, the random connection from, why is Jared Fogle? Does he like? Unfortunately, yes, he does. Anyway, one, this episode kind of just dissolved. Two, connection problems, which has not happened before. Talk about what happens to him in jail. Drop soap, pee up the ass funny. Anyway. He gets beast. Anyway. Alright. But I think I'm going to wrap this up in a minute, just because, one, it's already getting a little late. Two, this started 5 minutes later than it should have because of technical difficulties. Three, I'm just kind of sleepy right now. Talk about how Feastables are healthier yet contain. It's called Lunchy, or Lunchly, I don't fucking care. But yeah, you just took the words out my mouth. They market it as healthier than Lunchables, but yet they contain Prime. Lunchly, my bad, no mistake. Or no, I need to go to bed. I need to go. That's the one single disadvantage of doing a late night show, is you're just eepy by the end. Oh my god, okay. Prime is marketed towards kids, yet the label says ages 15 and up. Yep. Although I think a more correct label for Prime would be nobody. Jimmy Carter is too old for Lego. Yep, that's unfortunate. That's really sad about Jimmy Carter. It's so sad Jimmy Carter died. Carter who? Carter the Grave. Congrats to him for making it to 100. Well, yeah, that is true. Not a lot of people make it to 100. Kasem? Yeah, the oldest president. But yeah, not a lot of people make it to 100. Case in point, everybody on the Titanic and everybody in the World Trade Center. The oldest president, still alive, yep. Quite the achievement. Okay, but on that note, Titanic was a comedy, yep. Okay, I would hate to cut you off, but on that note, I think we're done here. Just because it is 12:29 a.m. and we've already had so many technical. Titanic has no reason being 197 minutes long. It really doesn't. It has zero business. Okay. But for real, I do need to sign off for tonight just because I'm tired. And this is already... We've already run into so many just technical difficulties and other difficulties. So yeah, I think we're done for tonight. But before I go, do we have any final words, any final thoughts? If so, please keep it brief, short, sweet, to the point. Will you elaborate further? No, because I've said enough. Come back tomorrow night for my review of a new film you can only see in theaters. And maybe more chaos. Wait a sec, okay. Not joking this time, okay? At least it's actually for a reason other than to get on my nerves. I enjoyed this episode. Thank you. Even if it was a little, I wouldn't say terrible. Not terrible at all, but I'm gonna ghost you. You're not funny. Okay, but anyway. But yeah, glad you enjoyed this episode. You know, even if it did kind of dissolve into liquid nitrogen. After you do Dude, Where's My Car on the 11th. Okay then. I guess that's what we're doing on the 11th. Unless, of course, something comes up on the 11th. You never know. Something might come up, just like a ghost. Yep. You never know. Something might come up. Wait and see. Watch me go, ghost. Yep. Anyway, come back. Feffy Dobson. Don't know who that is. Anyway. Come back tomorrow night for my review of a new movie you can only see in theaters. What movie? Stay tuned. But for now, that's all the time we have for tonight. But always remember, eat your cereal, go to bed, to be continued. God made you special and He loves you very much. If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Good night, and have a day. Oh, God. Make it quick. Stay safe. Okay. Thank you for having, bless your big nose. Yeah. Thank you for having a reason. Have a day.